Our last section, or section 3 of lesson 37-1, is going to cover questions 6 through 8. It said, remember your initial concern before the data gathering was that the home ranges of the local coyotes might change during the military maneuvers. To investigate this concern, you will use the graphs, numerical summaries, and the comparisons you have developed as a starting point for your analysis. Question 6 says, based on the data and graphs, does it appear that there was a substantial change in the coyotes' home ranges during the military maneuvers? Write a few sentences specifically comparing the before and during data sets using numerical values when possible. So you're comparing before and during. Okay. Number 7 says, do there appear to be any substantial permanent changes to the coyote home ranges after the military maneuvers? So write a few sentences specifically comparing the before and after data using numerical values when possible. Number 8. The during data set contains two values that are far away from the rest of the data. The before data set concerns contains one such value also. Suppose you wish to call attention to the fact there are such far away data values. Which type of plot, the dot plot or the box plot, would be your choice and why? So again, you're going to answer questions 6, 7, and 8. And I'm going to give you a 10-minute time limit on this section. Once you finish or while you're working, please talk this over with your table mates and see if y'all can come to a consensus. The answers to 6 through 8 have now been provided for us. Just like we talked about earlier when we looked at the dot plots and the box plots and I drew attention, I said that the during and the before data sets seem to be very different. The medians are quite different. One was 6.5, the other was 5.3. I also noticed that the overall spread of the during is greater than that of the before. Whenever I'm comparing the before and after, those data sets seem to be very similar based upon their mean and based upon just their spread in general. They were really close to one another. So I don't think that the before and after differed that far. It seems like once the coyotes went away while the maneuvers were happening, they somehow found their way back to their homes, basically. So they found their way back, but some of them went really far away because of the maneuvers, so during the time. The one I really want to point out is here at number 8. It says the during data set contains two values that are far away from the rest of the data. The before data also contains one that's further from the data. And it asks, which one would you use to show this? Which, the box plot or the dot plot? And I said I would go with the dot plot. One, because of the fact that it shows you exactly how many you have. Like, for instance, if I'm looking, let's go back to our dot plot. Our dot plot was back at question number 1. Remember back at question number 1, I said we have 2 that are pretty far away and we have this 1 in the before section. Okay, but whenever I go to look at the box plots, I can't tell how many are over here. I just know that that's 25% of my data, but I don't know, that could have been 1 here, 1 here, I don't know. So looking at the box plot, it doesn't tell me specifics, whereas if I'm looking at the dot plot, I can see exactly how many were way out of the range. On to your last debriefing question.